The year was 1974. The small town of Amityville, Long Island was shaken to its core. 6 members of the DeFeo family were found dead inside their home at 112 Ocean Avenue. Ronald DeFeo Jr., the eldest son, was convicted of the murders. The community was left reeling, haunted by the brutal crime. The house, a large Dutch colonial with staring eyes like windows, became a symbol of unimaginable horror. It stood empty, shrouded in an eerie silence that spoke volumes about the darkness it held. 1 year later, the Lutz family, unaware of the home's sinister past, stumbled upon 112 Ocean Avenue. The house stood tall and imposing, its windows like eyes watching over the quiet street. The bare trees around it seemed to whisper secrets of the past, but the Lutz family was oblivious to the ominous aura that surrounded the property. George and Kathy Lutz, along with Kathy's 3 children, were captivated by the house's charm. The spacious rooms, the beautiful architecture, and the promise of a new beginning were too enticing to resist. They imagined family dinners in the grand dining room, cozy nights by the fireplace, and laughter echoing through the hallways. It was a steal for its size and location. The price was surprisingly low, almost too good to be true. But the Lutz family, eager for a fresh start, didn't question their good fortune. They saw it as a sign that this house was meant to be their new home. The family saw it as a fresh start, a place to make new memories. They spent days unpacking, decorating, and settling into their new home. The children picked out their rooms, excitedly planning how they would arrange their toys and posters. George and Kathy felt a sense of relief and happiness, believing they had finally found their dream home. They dismissed the whispers and rumors surrounding the house, believing them to be cruel exaggerations. Neighbors spoke in hushed tones about the house's dark history, but the Lutz family paid no mind. They were determined to focus on the positive and build a happy life in their new home. With hope in their hearts and dreams for the future, the Lutz family crossed the threshold of 112 Ocean Avenue, unaware of the nightmare that awaited them. They stepped into the house with smiles, their hearts full of optimism. Little did they know the house had a story of its own, one that would soon intertwine with theirs in the most terrifying way. From the moment they moved in, strange occurrences plagued the Lutz family. Foul odors permeated the house despite its cleanliness. Temperature fluctuations sent chills down their spines. Whispers and disembodied voices broke the silence, unsettling the family. The children, especially young Missy, began exhibiting odd behavior, talking to an imaginary friend named Jody. The Lutz family, initially dismissive, started to feel a growing sense of unease. Their dream home was slowly transforming into a nightmare. As days turned into nights, the paranormal activity intensified. The once peaceful abode turned into a nightmarish realm where the line between reality and the supernatural blurred. Shadows danced on the walls, and whispers echoed through the empty hallways, creating an atmosphere thick with dread. Swarms of flies, a biblical plague, descended upon the house. These insects, harbingers of doom, covered every surface, their incessant buzzing a constant reminder of the house's malevolent grip. The infestation grew worse with each passing day, making it impossible to ignore the dark forces at play. Green slime oozed from the walls, a putrid reminder of something sinister. The viscous substance seemed to have a life of its own, creeping and spreading, leaving a trail of decay and corruption. It was as if the house itself was bleeding, manifesting its evil in a tangible form. George, once a level-headed man, became increasingly agitated and prone to fits of rage. His transformation was alarming. Sleepless nights and constant paranoia took their toll. He clung to a crucifix, hoping for salvation, but the darkness within the house seemed to feed on his fear and anger. Kathy felt a presence in the house, something dark and malevolent. She could sense it watching her, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to strike. Every creak of the floorboards, every gust of wind sent shivers down her spine, reinforcing the feeling that they were never truly alone. The children, terrified, witnessed apparitions and experienced physical attacks. Their innocent minds couldn't comprehend the horrors they faced. Ghostly figures appeared at their bedside, whispering sinister secrets, while unseen hands tugged at their blankets and scratched at their skin, leaving them in a perpetual state of fear. The Lutz family, trapped in a spiral of fear, realized they were not alone. They huddled together, seeking comfort in each other's presence, but the oppressive atmosphere of the house weighed heavily on them. Every corner of their home seemed to harbor a new terror, pushing them to the brink of despair. Something evil had taken root within the walls of 112 Ocean Avenue. The house, with its ominous atmosphere and dark history, had become a vessel for malevolent forces. Evil eyes watched from the darkness, and the very air seemed to pulse with a sinister energy, ensuring that the Lutz family would never find peace within its cursed confines. Section 5. George's Transformation, A Slow Descent. George, the patriarch, once a loving husband and father, underwent a chilling metamorphosis. He became withdrawn, his demeanor cold and distant. He would wake up in the middle of the night, drawn to the basement by an unseen force. His obsession with the house grew, consuming his thoughts and actions. George's transformation terrified his family. The man they knew was fading, replaced by something sinister. Section 6. Kathy's Struggle, Faith Tested by Fear. Kathy clung to hope as a lifeline in the face of unimaginable horror. She sought solace and protection from the unseen forces tormenting her family. Despite her efforts, Kathy was plagued by nightmares and visions. She felt a presence in the house, watching her, toying with her sanity. The haunting chipped away at her resolve, testing the limits of her endurance. Section 7. The Children's Ordeal. Innocence Lost. The children, the most vulnerable members of the family, suffered immensely at the hands of the unseen entity. Missy, the youngest, claimed to have befriended a demonic pig-like creature named Jody. Her siblings, Danny and Christopher, witnessed apparitions and experienced physical attacks. Their childhood innocence was shattered, replaced by a terror that would haunt them for years to come. The children's cries for help went unanswered, their pleas for normalcy drowned out by the cacophony of the paranormal. Section 8. Fleeing in Terror, 28 Days of Hell. After 28 harrowing days, the Lutz family reached their breaking point. The constant fear, the relentless paranormal activity, and the disintegration of their family unit forced them to confront a horrifying truth. They had to escape. In the dead of night, with only the clothes on their backs, the Lutz family fled 112 Ocean Avenue, leaving behind their possessions and their hope for a peaceful life. They vowed never to return. Section 9. The World Listens. The Amityville Horror story spreads. The Lutz family's harrowing ordeal became a media sensation. Their story, chronicled in Jay Anson's book The Amityville Horror, captivated the nation and the world. The book, a chilling account of their 28 days of terror, became an instant bestseller, solidifying the Amityville haunting as a cornerstone of paranormal lore. People were both terrified and fascinated by the family's claims, debating the authenticity of their experiences. Section 10. A Legacy of Fear, The Cultural Impact of Amityville. The Amityville horror story transcended the printed page, spawning a series of successful horror films that further cemented its place in popular culture. The iconic image of the house with glowing eyes became synonymous with horror, sending chills down the spines of generations. The story sparked countless debates and investigations, with paranormal enthusiasts and skeptics alike dissecting the case, searching for answers within the walls of 112 Ocean Avenue. Section 11. The debate continues, truth or fabrication. Despite the passage of time, the question remains, what really happened at 112 Ocean Avenue? The house, infamous for its dark history, has been the subject of countless debates and speculations. Over the years, it has become a symbol of the unknown, a place where reality and the supernatural seem to blur. Was the Lutz family's story a genuine account of a haunting, or was it an elaborate hoax? The family claimed to have experienced terrifying phenomena, from strange noises to ghostly apparitions. Their story captured the imagination of the public but also invited skepticism and scrutiny. Some dismissed their claims as fabrications, pointing to inconsistencies in their accounts and a lack of concrete evidence. Critics argue that the Lutz family had financial motives, suggesting that their story was a ploy to gain fame and fortune. They highlight discrepancies in the timeline and the absence of physical proof to support the haunting. Others believe the family's terror was real, citing the dramatic changes in their personalities and the sheer terror evident in their voices. Supporters of the Lutz family argue that the emotional and psychological impact on the family members was too profound to be fabricated. They point to the genuine fear and distress that the family exhibited during interviews and public appearances. The truth, like the house itself, remains shrouded in mystery, a chilling reminder that some doors are best left unopened. The legend of 112 Ocean Avenue continues to captivate and terrify, leaving us to wonder if we will ever truly know what happened within its walls. As the debate rages on, the house stands as a testament to the enduring power of the unknown, a place where the line between truth and fabrication is forever blurred.